lovelies. We are here at AlphaNet Podcast, and we want to have a conversation with Fred. This is the Open Mic Diaries, a podcast that talks about relationships, friendships, the things we've gone through, beautiful stories, and from each conversation, I hope you learn something better. So, my name is Winnie Alando.
My name is Fred Nyasoro.
Yes, so we'll be having discussions about certain things. So our discussion for today is about what men want in relationships or friendships that women don't know, and what women want in relationships or friendships that men don't know. So probably Fred will start us off.
Thank you very much. Usually we say that ladies first, but
Yes.
in this circumstance, I think I'll shoot first.
Yes, shoot.
Yeah. So, when you talk about what men want in relationship, I think it's a general. We're looking at a general angle. I would not want to talk about what I want in
Yeah.
relationships.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So I want to maybe give a wide look at it widely to understand maybe a few things that I know because I sit with the boys. We talk about these things,
Yeah, yeah.
and when you have friends, we discuss. Men meet for football, to drink, talk about women, and that's it. Basically,
I hope in a good way. I hope talk about women in a good way.
of course, yeah, we talk about women. I mean, men, we have to talk about women. Just to make sure that you're doing the right thing and you're with the right person. You might be sharing one person and your body, so we have to talk about these things.
Oh my goodness. Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I'm saying we'll look at the wider picture. Number one, a man is a very easy person to learn. Knowing a man men, we are very predictable. Like it says that women's IQ is very high.
Yes.
I'm not saying men we are stupid. No, we also have high IQs. But when it comes to issues of relationships or marriage, men tend to be very predictable. And even for men, you find men who are cheating. A smart partner will easily know when the partner is cheating.
Really?
Easily. So that's why I'm saying men are very predictable. That is why you see that most men resort to being polygamous openly because they are not able to maneuver. Yeah. So number one, I will start with the common one that we say that men want peace of mind.
Okay.
Yes.
Can you elaborate on peace of mind? Because people say that, okay, I want happiness. Then someone will tell you, you make your own happiness. The same way you want peace of mind. Why can't you just get your own peace of mind, like from inwardly, not from another person? Like, what do you mean by men want peace of mind? What kind of peace of mind?
Peace of mind, mostly people say, and even people will be listening, when I say peace of mind, they will say, we want peace of mind so that you can cheat. You are left alone.
Yes.
No, it's not about that.
Yes.
A man cannot multitask. It's very hard for a man to multitask. And for a serious man who works so hard to make his money and invest in his things, mostly that is a man that his head is focused on one thing. I want to get this contract, I want to make this money, and I want to build this. You understand? So when I say a man wants peace of mind, sometimes you will have a man doesn't want you to bother with small issues like, I saw you talking to a Chieng, I saw you talking to a Wino, and so and so. He doesn't want to explain himself when he knows that there's nothing going on. So sometimes, women, you say that the little things are what makes you happy.
Yes.
Those little things. But a man looks at the bigger things. A man looks at the bigger things. So sometimes you want to bother a man with those small things. That you're coming back home, you're not even giving me a hug. I mean, I am giving you 50,000, 100,000 when I'm coming back.
But you see, I need affection.
You understand?
We'll talk about that later.
So
yes.
sometimes a man just wants you to, at the end of the day, when he comes home, he feels that he has a peaceful environment where he can think, he can rest his mind, and that is the peace of mind we're talking about. It's not to be left alone to do your things. It's not to be left alone.
So probably if you've had a long day at work, you've had
Yes.
issues, when you come home, like you want a safe space.
A safe space. That is why you find there are men who have like a place. Like for me, I have a place I call my cave. When a man gets into that cave, he just wants to think. Maybe most of you will think that so anasema Kiswahili umejificha hapo sasa ndio uongee na wasichana wako. Unaona? No, sometimes
we think like that.
Sometimes it's not even about that.
Yes.
The guy is just there thinking. And maybe make it worse, you find this the guy who is maybe struggling with his finances. Just trying to calculate, I need to do this and this and this. Where am I going to get this money? Sometimes you'll find yourself sometimes even just scrolling your phone. There's actually nothing you're even doing. You're just scrolling to help you think. To help you think. Sometimes a man like that, if you trigger him with issues, like you are doing this and this, that is the peace that a man wants.
So one is peace of mind.
Yes.
Second.
Well, do you know a man can love you so much and give you everything, but he can still go and sleep with another woman who he doesn't love and does not interfere with his feelings towards you.
How does that happen? You see, one, women are emotional beings.
Yes.
And if certain things happen, we are like we don't want to believe that men do not have attachments in terms of sexual relationships.
They do.
At times,
we do have attachments.
In terms of sexual relationships.
Yes.
But why are you saying that a man can go and sleep with a woman that they don't love and still come back to you? And that makes women to start comparing themselves with this woman. Maybe the woman will ask you, what does that other woman have that I don't have or that I don't give you, that you'll go and sleep with her? So that is how we think.
Let me tell you.
I don't know how are men detached from, you're married or you're in a serious relationship, you're detached from this, you go sleep with someone else, and you still come back to this other relationship that you have.
Most cases, I would not say that sex does not define a man's feelings. Sex is not, a man will not affirm his love for you through sex. No.
But why do men want sex on first instance?
Let me tell you.
And let me tell you.
A man is just
when we were young, boys used to say, you should have sex with me to prove that you love me.
Yeah, those are things we used to say when we were
growing up.
No, you remember, it's the man who will tell you to have sex with him to prove that you love him.
Yes.
But for a man, let me tell you, in this scenario, what I'm trying to say is, like I said, I can love you and provide everything for you and not want to lose you, but I can still have sex with someone, even one time, and forget about it.
You don't feel guilty?
The guilt might be there, yes, but it is just guilt.
It happened.
It's just guilt that you forget. You walk and move forward. My point here is, sex is not how a man will show his feelings. That because this guy is going to have sex wants to have sex with me, so he loves me. No.
Okay.
Yes. So sometimes,
and that's why we go wrong as
yes, a man might tune a woman, and every man who wants to cheat, because in this particular conversation now we're talking about, for example, a man who is in a serious relationship, who is married, but wants to
step out a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
In this situation, you'll understand that in every woman that a man cheats with, there's just something he wants to explore, something he wants to understand. Yes.
So it's
because as men we are
a small kid.
Yes,
who wants to explore
we are just people who see what we see. What we see is what.
So you're visual beings.
Yes.
Is what you see is what triggers you.
Yes, and I say, this one looks really cute. I want to just try this one. And it does not define my feelings for you.
Towards that person.
So that is where we go wrong. In some instances, well, they're mistakes. I'm not going to justify that it's something that people should do. No. Those are mistakes that we make every day. That even for somebody who is in a serious commitment, they find themselves going out just to test something. That is why you wonder, you ask yourself, why is it that this man with such a beautiful woman a beautiful wife, still goes and sleep with this one, who is, well, I'm not saying, I don't want to say the word ugly, but does not match to the standards of the wife.
Of the wife, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you find that man will go there, na aonje na arudi kwa nyumba, and probably asiende kuonja tena. He probably don't even want to receive calls from that person again, because what he wanted to explore,
He has explored.
yes, and maybe
he's
it's not
done.
what he wanted. Like, hey, this one I want to test. Now may test, and it's not what he really wanted.
So what
And
you're
then he moves forward.
So what you're trying to say is that the second thing women should know is that sex does not define a man's love for you.
Yes, it doesn't.
And a man
It doesn't.
can be in a serious relationship with you and might want to explore.
Yeah.
But doesn't mean they don't love you.
Yes,
Oh
I'm
my
not.
God.
I'm not.
That is difficult to accept.
And I'm not speaking for all men. People are also
Or
different.
some men.
Yeah, people are also different. They're actually,
Good
believe it
men.
or not. No, even this one is a good man. Believe it or not. Believe it or not. People have different principles and different things they want. And also the kind of men we are speaking about today. We have men who are in their 20s. We have men who are in their 30s,
yeah.
in their 40s. We have men who are in their 50s.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of men, you will find they're probably looking for very different things.
Yes.
A man who is in his 20s who still probably wants to look for the hottest babe in town, so that people know that, hey, huyu ndio ule jamaa na date yule dem. He's the one who is dating that model. The one who is, the man who in his 20s still wants to be seen, still want to flash around whatever he wants. Partly the man who is in his 30s is seriously wants to wife somebody, So he's probably looking for a wife. The man who's in 40s probably he's tried once or failed, and is trying to get some contentment with whatever life presents.
But I've seen men in their 40s who are still hitting it.
Yes.
Left, right, center.
Yes. And then you find a man who's in his 50s. In his 50s, anasema kuja hata kama uko na mbogi yako watu tano. to nini to maisha. Because, so you find these people, they are different. People are looking for different things.
Yes.
So, in some instance, you'll find that somebody who probably has tried once or twice or 3 times would want to just have somebody compromise. Let me use the word compromise. You just want to compromise. Usikie bora napumua. You know that term, bora napumua.
I pray I don't reach that situation.
Yeah,
I just get anyone bora napumua. Oh,
yeah, because it's very hard nowadays. I say relationships are hard. Why? Because a long time ago, when we were growing up, we were taught about things like courtship.
Yes.
Courtship. Do you think people still do that thing?
What is the difference between courtship and dating?
No, that is the difference. There's a very big difference.
I thought dating is courtship.
No.
Like getting to know each other.
No.
That period, that is courtship, right? Getting to know one another, people's
Yes.
interests.
The problem with us is we have turned courtship into dating. Which dating, we everything we do, everything people are supposed to do in marriage, we are doing in dating.
What do you mean by that?
Yes.
Are you talking about sex?
No, leave alone sex. I mean, if you're dating somebody, you want their full attention and everything. You still want them, they're your person, you want them to provide for you, you want them to do everything for you. You're dating.
Yeah.
You want gifts, you want to be taken out, you want to have sex, you want to be good for things.
Course.
Those are things that a man is supposed to do for his wife. But you are dating, you are not already his wife.
No,
So
but
we
you
have
see,
turned-
probably this dating is getting into marriage, so you start early.
Now,
What miracle?
let me tell you.
This is where I have a problem with men.
Yes.
What miracle will happen? You tell me like, okay, we are dating, and then you're like, I will only start providing for you when we are married. If you don't show that you can provide when you are dating, what miracle will happen when you are married? Just start early.
Let me tell you.
To give me hope.
Let me
Hope
tell
kama
you.
ile ya AUC.
The idea for courtship.
Ah,
There's a time I was told that it is better to break courtship than to break marriage. Because at courtship level, there's no damage done. But in dating, people are already involved. You might have sex once and you have a child. So you are compelled to marry this person, even if you're still learning things about this person. You understand? So that is where now the mistake comes in.
yeah.
You're getting to know somebody when you're inside. Then,
Healing in the scene.
yes, so
Crime scene.
you get an evidence, or you get a child. Let me just use plainly, you get a child in the process of getting to know somebody. Then you realize when you have a child that this is not the person that you wanted to be with.
Yeah.
Then now you end up separating at the dating stage.
Before marriage.
Yes. And then now you spend your life you chuochendo. Men are bad people. But yet that is where we go wrong. That is why for me I choose I would really want to choose to be very traditional when it comes to issues of marriage. And most men want traditional. It's only that I think the society we are living in today is so hyped that there's no patience.
Yeah.
There's no patience. No one is patient enough to wait for just to get to know you. We are told that if before you marry somebody, you must know where they come from, their kins, know their parents. To some extent, my dad used to tell me, would even send some wazes there to go to the village and maybe just ask a few questions to know the person. That was the process of courtship. Then after courtship, you people can agree that now this is the person that I really want and start the journey of officiating a marriage. But nowadays, we don't do that.
People meet in town, stay together.
And knock it and go.
Yeah.
So, I hope I'm not going off topic.
Yes.
We talked about peace of mind.
Issues of sex.
I told you that sex does not define love for a man.
Yeah.
Most men. Let me. I don't know about every man.
So they can cheat and still love you.
Yeah, there are people who can cheat and still love you so much.
Okay.
And they'll never want to lose you. I remember there's a friend of mine who used to cheat, but the thought of losing the wife, the man would cry literally and beg. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm not saying we should normalize cheating. I'm only saying that to some extent you should understand that sex does not prove that a man loves you. Yes.
So if I talk about a few things about women. One, most women love affection and attention. So this, I don't know, it's this men in this generation, a man can be talking to you, then a few days they stop talking to you. And from the beginning, this man has told you they want a relationship. And then the attention and the communication stops. So communication is always very important for women and attention because it affirms what you guys are having. So when you go and get lost and then you want to come back and start from where you left, there's a bit of red flag. I don't know why men do that.
Let me tell you.
And us, we just want you to just be there. Just text me, good morning. You can text good morning and good night by yourself.
Yeah.
Una text and then unajibu. 2 days, someone has not responded. And for women, communication is very important. Communicate. Even if you're staying with someone, you're married to someone, and they want to come home late, just communicate and say, babe, I'll be home at 11 or later than. Ikifika 11 ujarudi, I think I'm running late with the boys. When I come, I'll be a bit late, but nikikuja, I'll call you. You see, that is easy. I'll not be sitting in the house thinking, and then I want to send spies in all the clubs in town to look for you, take pictures. No. I need my sleep. So communication and attention is very important.
About communication and attention, from my angle of understanding, especially on issues of attention, leave alone first the issue of him coming home. Let's talk about a man who is still trying to get your attention.
Yes.
From my understanding, if I want a babe, I think I will go for it. I'll be calling, I'll be texting, checking on them. I'll not be bothering, but I will be fully committed to this one person. But you'll find yourself in a scenario where in some situations, you find this guy is talking to 5. No, he's not decided who he's dating yet. It's still a talking stage, yeah? Yes, like you're saying, you find a man talking to you 2-3 days and he disappears. And he disappears.
Talking stage should not take more than a month.
Before what?
Before maybe we meet and we decide what we want. Why are we talking for 1 month? Why are we talking? No, what are we saying?
In some instances, you'll find that an individual is talking to more than one person.
Yes.
They're trying to evaluate. This one loves texting. This one loves calls. This one is religious. This one loves ajawa. So You find one person is talking to like 5 people with different characteristics. At the end of the day, you might find that there's one person that is really giving attention. So sometimes,
so if you're not getting attention,
so
from that
sometimes
man
when you're
who
having a
started
conversation,
texting you, just know that you are
yes,
not in the list.
then the person
my
that
goodness.
maybe he was giving attention, later on you find that the person who was giving attention is not interested. Then he will come back. He will double back to,
shit.
Winnie was also here. That is the situation where you're saying a man goes, he comes back. Sometimes, no, that I'm giving you from my understanding of sometimes.
Personally, I don't like it.
That is how it
I
happens.
feel I'm not a priority, and you're just coming back because probably you fucked up somewhere, and
also a man can initiate a conversation with you. Kuone, you're beautiful, he wants you, and then when he starts talking to you, you realize this is not the person that I really wanted. And sometimes it is very hard for a man to turn a woman down.
But you see, you're
Just
an
to tell
adult. You're an adult. Nobody will chapa you if you say something. So just say, we were talking, but I don't think this is going anywhere. Let it hurt right now,
let me tell you,
rather than hurting later.
Let me tell you, out of 10 men, you'll find only 2 maybe can say that. The rest of the 8 will just mess up with they'll ghost you until you give up.
Or just do something that
yes, it is very hard. And trust me, as a person, I will not tell a lady that, hey, I tuned on you, we have spoken, but you are not what I'm looking for. I will not do that. I will not.
So you're protecting people's feelings?
No, I'm protecting yourself. How would you feel about yourself that a man will tell you such a thing?
Some man told me...
And even if you have to find good words to say...
The times a man told me that you're very beautiful, but unfortunately I can't date you because you're too short. I felt bad, but anyway, it reached a point that I accepted that I'm short.
So before well, some people are rude. That is why for me...
Nilifika mahali, nilikuwa nimesha accept I'm short. So when he told me that, I didn't feel so bad. Because I know my situation.
No, you're still feeling bad even right now. Because you should not, no, you are not supposed to do that you're not supposed to do that to someone.
No.
Trust me, it is better. No, it's easier when you find out
either.
that somebody is just ghosting you.
I would feel so bad.
No, even if you don't like somebody. But when somebody is trying to, it's just not right. So many people will agree with me on this. It is better for just somebody to ghost you. I misbehave, we say, this one is not serious. You move on.
Yeah.
Then somebody wants to identify one thing that them they don't like about you. You understand?
Yeah, and stick to that.
Yeah, that thing will disturb your mind.
But I'm short anyway, Fred.
No, it is not bad. Being short is not a disability. Come on.
I think it is, by the way.
It's not. Who said tall people are cool? Who said tall people are cooler?
They're able to see everything up there.
No, not really. Height is not a disability. Height is not a disability. Trust me.
So you're saying
if you were saying height is a disability, then I will be in parliament today restraining disabled because I'm equally not tall. So height, that is something you should not supposed to tell somebody. So sometimes when you see a man, they're not giving you that attention, and you're in the stage of talking or getting to know each other. Just know that this one is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
And also on issues of communication, there are people who are good in communication and there are people who are terrible in communication. Considering, and also in communication, I don't say that people communicate differently. There are those men who will call you every time.
We don't even want to be called every time. Just call us. Check on us daily.
That's why I'm saying people communicate differently. Me, some instances,
for some women, I'm not saying all, but for some women, a man it's good for a man to check on you, probably on a daily basis. But when you're also calling me after every 2 hours, I'm just like, don't you have anything important to do? Are you not looking for money? Don't you have work?
How long does a phone call take?
Probably call me at lunchtime to find out if I've eaten. And then call me in the evening, finding out how my day was. But after every 1 hour, why are you calling me after 1 hour?
Let me say, communications, people will definitely have to communicate differently. The only thing you need to do is to sit down with your partner and understand each other. That how do you communicate? How best would you want us to communicate? Because For me, by the way, I don't like phone calls.
People don't talk about that.
People don't talk
about that. And I keep on getting so pissed off at men because they don't communicate. But the challenge is people don't sit down and say,
Yes.
oh, how do you want us to communicate?
Yes.
Me, I don't like texting.
Yes.
Me, I like calling.
I like
Me, I like
calling,
calling.
yeah.
Yeah. So that if they're not calling but they're texting you, that's still communication.
Yes.
And you see, they're still checking up on you.
Like for me, for example, me on my side, on a normal Sunday, a lazy Sunday, I want to stick to my movie watching series. I don't want to pick any calls. I want somebody to just text me and tell me, hey, how are you? You okay? I'm good. I mean, unless it is necessary. Unless it is so necessary, we should not just call every time. No, I'm saying people communicate differently.
Yes.
There are people who also appreciate calls. Like they want to be called every time. The people call every time. So that is why you need to sit down with your partner and understand. Me, I fancy calls. Fancy phone calls. Me just drop me a text. Or send me a voice note, things like that. So people do that differently. That should not say that a man who doesn't know how to communicate does not love you.
Okay.
Yeah. So that is one thing you have to understand. Also, another thing you need to understand about men. There's this thing called the boys.
Oh my goodness.
The boys.
Oh my goodness. You'll meet the boys, and the boys will be like, since our boy met you, he's been the happiest. Another chick will come 2 days later.
Yes.
He'll be told themselves, why are you doing? Why do you do that? Why do you guys do that?
Shemeji,
No.
our in-law.
Why are you calling everybody your in-law?
And if I will tell my friend, huyu sasa ndo mpeleke nyumbani. Huyu unangoja nini?
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you, the boys.
And then you see, that makes us as women feel so like, I've met your friends has acknowledged me. And you see, that is important for women. Apart from you having them in your life, they always want validation from your friends, from probably your relatives, your parents, even if you people are just having courtship or dating, as you say. But there's that external validation that women want from people who know you.
Yeah.
Because we feel that if you introduce me to your friend, like I'm closer to you than anyone else. If you introduce me to your family, I'm closer to you. But your men can introduce a million babes to their friends.
Let me tell you, the boys, how this boys thing works. There are those group of friends we would drink and discuss football with. There are a group of my friends who I will not even want them to know who I'm seeing.
Okay.
You understand? This is that group of friends that you're working with. You guys have invested something together, you're working together. I mean, you trust each other with your money. Those are people you can trust also with your partner. They can know who your partner. Partners. Men are polygamous. I am. Then there's that. There are those friends. May I have friends that if I'm seeing somebody, I can give them her number. So that anytime, for anything, for any emergency, I have those friends I trust so much. They know my parents, they know my home, my siblings, we grew up together. They know me. In case of any emergency, my person can call them. You understand? So, when you talk about the boys, there are categories of boys. There are those boys who are pombe na nini, who I can walk in with any girl and say, this one is mama. And they will support me. And if they walk with their babes, I will support them. But those categories of men, where we are doing serious business, we are doing serious investment, we don't just want any women coming to interfere with our money. And there are those friends who their wives are communicating with my wife and my partner, and the family is so tight. I would not want them. Yeah. So when they talk about the boys, you need to understand which boys. Which boys are. It's taking me to which boys. You understand?
So does it mean that it depends where you are introduced?
Yeah.
So don't just get happy that I've been introduced to the boys.
Yes.
You can be introduced to the wrong boys.
Sometimes I'm sitting with my guys and we are drinking, and my friend will walk in with a chick. I will not even ask that chick her name.
Okay.
Because I know this is not going anywhere.
Oh my goodness.
This is just here to have fun, drink, eat, and go home. So sometimes it really matters. Trust me.
So you really need to know who you're dating and who their close friends are.
Yes, it's very important.
So don't just get happy as a woman that
It's
have been
very, very
introduced
important.
to the boys. Eh?
Yes, very
Some
important.
of us were even introduced to parents and brothers, and we were still left. Oh,
No, that one
tears.
now, that one is that one is now the that one does not that one we don't say that is how you know a man. That one happens. That one shit happens. Shit happens. There are people who have been married for so many years and they break up. Shit happens. There are those things that you can't resolve, like violence. You know,
Yeah, you can't.
something like violence. You can't. Me, I tell my female friends that you cannot vumilia a violent man. Because as a man,
Till
I know the
stop.
strength I have in me.
Yes.
That if I hit a woman, she might not be able to wake up.
Yeah,
So
true.
if you're having a violent man, things like violence is a biggest red flag.
Okay.
But you find a situation where nowadays you women overlook. You think cheating is worse than violence. That a woman would rather apigwe by the man is faithful.
And
Understand?
providing.
And providing.
Okay, there's something you said about providing. You're saying that things people used to do, people do in dating, are the same things that people do in marriage.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion about providing for someone you're dating? Because
Okay.
because like for me, I feel that I always use this statement: men have a brain, they need to use it. You should not wait for a woman to ask you for money. That, oh babe, give me money for salon. Oh babe, I need to make my nails. Oh babe, I need to do this. For me, I feel that is a bit of nagging. If you keep on asking for money all the time, I hope I'm not stepping on anybody's toes, but that is my opinion. But I just think as a man, if you're dating someone and you're seeing a future with them, you just provide without being asked because you have a brain.
Let me ask
Use
you.
it.
Let me ask you, Winnie.
But if he's not providing, does it mean he's not seeing a future with you?
Let me ask you something. Who has the manual of dating on who is supposed to do this and who is not supposed to do this? Who has that manual? Where is that manual that says
There's no manual.
that when we are dating, it is the man who is supposed to make my nails, my hair, give me money? Who has
Fred.
that manual?
But you're a man. You
I'm
need
a
to
man. I'm
show
very
leadership.
responsible.
Show leadership.
Let me tell you, I am very responsible.
Yes.
Yes. But who has the manual that says it is me who is supposed? You know, the reason why I'm saying when two people are dating, they are basically getting to know each other. Me, I don't even remember the last time I was dating. I don't fancy dating. I think it's a waste of time. The last time I think I dated was when I was in 20-something years.
But how do you get to know someone? How do you get to
We
know
get into a
someone?
relationship and we start
But it
the
is a
process of
relationship.
getting money.
So, okay, what is dating and what is a relationship?
There are people that dating is just dating. When somebody is dating you, it doesn't mean they want to marry you.
Okay, is dating different from a relationship? Because I see
Well-
people say that I'm going on dates with different men, I'm talking to different
Yes.
men, or I'm dating different women.
Yes.
Like, so that is just in the face of you want to choose someone,
Yes.
and then now there's a relationship, and then there's marriage. So you may be a provision when you're in a relationship, not dating. Let me correct myself.
Okay, it depends with everybody. They have their standards. Everybody, they have their different lifestyles. If your lifestyles match, you know that you have a man who is financially capable of doing this. I think it's okay to just have a conversation and say, and even a man needs to show his love. It doesn't mean that it must be through money.
Ah,
I might not be giving you money. But
But
I can be treating you out. With, investing on small things. It doesn't have that I have to
Yes.
send you thousands of money.
not sending me, just taking care of me.
I can do that
Just taking care
in a
of
relationship.
me.
But then it also depends with the standards or the financial capability. Or, I mean, you women are also smart. You will not get into a relationship with a man that if you're somebody who loves provision, you will not get into a relationship with a man who cannot provide for you. You must know that this man, he earns millions and he can do this and this for me. So you can't get into a relationship with somebody who is riding bike and you want him to pay your rent, who is staying in a house of 5,000 and you want him to pay your rent of 15,000.
No, that is different. There are men you get into relationships with because, not because they are capable, but there's capability of provision there, but you're not, that is not the base of the relationship. But however capable they are, they don't provide. Like they don't do shit. But this man would take you out and buy alcohol, expensive alcohol.
Yes.
And then you're like, like, life is not all about buying alcohol and going out. There's more to life. So if you cannot even make my nails, but you want to buy Hennessy, but thank God, I think I'm very cheap because I don't drink whiskey or gin. You want to buy Hennessy, you want to buy Black Label, but you can't just even send me money to make my nails or my hair. Like, where is the priority?
Would you choose a man who buys you, who makes your nails, send you money for rent, over a man who'd want to invest with you? Probably you invest into a business, buy land, buy things like that.
I think a man would want to invest with me.
Yeah. Sometimes, let me tell you.
I thought you'd ask.
Listen, just listen to me.
Would you choose a man who would make your nails and your hair, than a man who would buy you Hennessy?
Sometimes I think we have absurd priorities or things that we want in relationships.
No.
Trust me. If you are a woman who is working and is able to do just do your nails. I mean, look at the bigger picture. Ask for something bigger than your nails. Give that man a challenge if you know he's able to. Don't give me a challenge of making your nails and paying your rent, which
Buy
you are
me
able
land.
to pay. Yeah, give a challenge of, babe, can we get this land? There's this land I'm seeing somewhere. Can we get it? There's this business I've been thinking of. Let him start you a business for making nails than making your nails.
And then he'll tell you Nizalie.
Yeah, I mean, Nizalie, by the way.
So you're equalizing a whole human being to a piece of land, which might depreciate.
I'm only saying that sometimes these things are also red flags. It's been so common that women know that they must be given money in relationship that even us men, we have met so many women. There are those women you meet today, and you call them like, hey, how are you? You get to know each other. Can we have coffee in the evening? You meet in the evening, have coffee, buy coffee, you have coffee. The next day is like on a Friday or Saturday. Can we go out? Me, I would love to go and dance Johnny Jr. Let's go.
Why are you attacking me? Why are you attacking me indirectly?
I love Johnny Jr. Johnny Jr. is my brother. You eat and you go out, drink, and then the first thing she will tell you that she doesn't have rent money.
Hata mi gasi yangu imeisha, by the way.
Now imagine something like that. Imagine something like that.
No, like on a serious note, gasi yangu imeisha.
Imeisha. So you need
I need gas money.
3K urgently. Let me tell you, sometimes I have a friend of mine. I'll give you an example. He has enough money. He's a very good man. He's very responsible.
Is he married?
He's married, yes.
Oh, unfortunately.
He wants to get a second wife.
Oh.
Their wife understands. She's equally very busy with work.
So
my friend,
who is busy with work?
So my friend, my friend here, he tells me that for him, he doesn't have a problem even renting a house for a babe. You understand? As long as this one, she's serious about what she wants. And she's not just somebody who is just idle there to be taken care of.
Yeah, true.
You understand? Also, men also know where to invest. Trust me. A man knows where to invest.
So I think I'm not serious because nobody's investing in me. Nobody's ever invested. I think I'm not a serious
human. Maybe you're too hard-headed. You don't want to give yourself the leap of faith.
Oh my goodness.
Sometimes, let me tell you, relationships, when people are getting into relationships, it's usually a gamble.
I don't like taking risks.
Yeah, it's usually a gamble. That is why the part where you get to know somebody is very important. Get to know them first. The problem with us nowadays, most young people nowadays, is the same day I call you on a date, And this one I will say, hardly
same-
women also need to change. The same day I call you on a date, and we eat and we drink, even if you want alcohol, I buy you alcohol and you eat. And then you also want to go with me.
Go with you where?
Yet you can't go to your place, you want to go with me.
But Sasa, you see, what was our intention of going out and drinking?
We are getting to know each other.
Yeah, but you see, okay, how did we come to the club or the hotel?
No, let me tell you something. I'm also
wait.
bringing a point here
Did we come
that
together?
nobody wants to talk about.
Did we come together? Did we come together?
Yes.
We should live together.
I should live together and go and drop you at your place and go home peacefully.
If we came
it does
separately,
not mean that if I take you out on a drink, I must eat you.
But you see,
Men are also tired.
No, oh my goodness. No.
Men are also tired.
From my point of view, I think it's men who have normalized it.
No,
Men have normalized it so much and such that when you invite a woman out, at the back of her mind, she knows
she's going to be eaten.
I'm going to be eaten. For example, there's a time some guy texted me and told me, can we meet at Otro? I was like, yes. I'm going to buy you drinks. I'm like, may I drink ABCD? May I only take wine? Okay, fine. Then I was waiting for the conversation to continue. Then
Yes.
I asked him, okay, after meeting at Otro, you buying me drinks, then what next?
You wanted to be eaten.
I didn't want to be eaten. I didn't want to be eaten. I wanted us to have a clear conversation so that we don't disagree when we meet there.
Okay.
Then he was like, then we'll go to my place.
Mhm.
Then I told him, I can't go to your place just because you bought me drinks. So I'm not coming.
Okay.
So that we don't have issues when I go, I get drinks from you. And then when I want to go back to my house, it's like push and pull. Because I've seen men even hitting women outside clubs. And when people come to defend the woman, he'll say, this is my wife. Nilimpata hapa. And you see, hapa hakuna mwenye anaweza ingilia. But that is your girlfriend. Maybe ulikuja naye ama alikuja. But sasa amekata kwenda wapi? Kwako. So men have normalized that you come, I buy you drinks, I eat you. That is why, like it is like subconsciously embedded in women's brains. Like
so in short,
buys
even
me
women have normalized that anytime they're bought for drink and food, they must be eaten.
They must be eaten.
Sometimes we also don't want to eat you.
But just say. That is why I say communication is very important. Say, we're just hanging out, getting to know each other, then I'll drop you home. That is seamless. So that I don't have like what ifs, what if nots. And I think I don't like men buying me drinks. Because one, unless we're in a relationship. Because when I was in campus, our mom brought us up in this way that when you want to go out and you're in campus, she'd send you money to go out and tell you, let no man buy you drinks. So we grew up knowing that if a man buys you drinks, he will eat you.
Would you buy a man a drink?
I would buy, if he's my boyfriend, not just any man. Why am I spending on people who I'm not dating or having relationships with? I would buy my boyfriend drinks. Yes.
What about a man that you want?
You see, this issue of shooting your shot, I've shot my shots many times. I've ended up being like disrespected or getting hurt. So I'm not shooting shots anymore. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Probably you're shooting shots to the wrong people.
And the man I want, I buy you drinks. I'd buy you drinks, but I don't want you to eat me.
The point that I was trying to say with that is that sometimes, even for men, it's not usually just always about sex.
But you see, that is not communicated.
There
That
are,
is not communicated. Yes.
there are men that also just want to get to know you. And there are also women who speed up that point
The
and a man
knowing
loses
that-
interest. Yeah. It's also happened, it's vice versa. I would not justify for men. There are also men who speeds it up.
Yes.
And so generally, understanding a man and understanding a woman, the best way, you don't need to understand the species, understand the person. Sit down with them, have a conversation. Then from there, you can decide on what, if this is what you want or you cannot work with this. Yeah.
I think that is good. Not generalizing and and thinking everybody is the same.
Yeah.
And I think communication is also very important.
Yes.
Talk about stuff and the things that you want. So it was a good conversation.
Yeah.
Yes.
I hope I was not hard on you.
No. We are going to have more conversations. We're going to have more candid conversations. discussing about relationships. I hope we've learned something from this, and till next time.